We should be. Okay. All right, we're all set, Mayor.
Order at 6:01.
Counselor Funderburk is excused and Counselor Duffloff is excused. Counselor Katie McMillan. Counselor Ashley Wheeler. Counselor Dennis McMillan. Counselor Roic Tenike. And Mayor Caden Sight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, for take the motion, I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Forward, the city manager's report.
Yeah, so our first report is from the Umatilla Chamber of Commerce, and we have with us tonight the Executive Director, Josiah is here.
Greetings. It looks like a third time's the charm. I know I've tried to come here a couple other times. This life event came up, but that's probably where the same ones come. Third time's the charm. But thank you for all the support that the city has given the chamber through the years. And this was kind of an interesting report, annual report to make, since I wasn't the director the whole time of this report. Actually, it was a small portion, but I did want to just let you know. So this is the board of directors. You'll see on the first page for 2022, but just a few changes are for our new board of directors. Alex Arrubio is the vice president now, and Great Real Estate. Enrique Navarro from Smith Security Services is the treasurer, and Christine Parnell from the Business Center is the new director. And Stephanie Martin, they're no longer on the board of directors, and Yesenia is still was reelected as president. And our mission continues to be working on providing platforms and opportunities for our businesses to work together for the benefit of the community. Of course, that's been kind of a rebuilding stage as I come in as a new director with some of the things that have been happening in the past. So making those reconnections with the local businesses and rebuilding and building the relationship and trust back to show that the chamber is still here to support the businesses in the area. And you'll see some of the events that happened throughout 2022. There was different speaker series where there was different speakers that were from different chamber member businesses that came in and spoke about different topics. And there was the first time home buyers class.
So I just on your speaker series, it looks like from June.
So, from my understanding, that was, related to the issue that they were having with that previous director, my predecessor, and why some of those got changed. That's at least my understanding. And as we look through there, the Distinguished Citizens Award banquet, you'll see, the last year, the Bridge, Keystone Breweries was the Business of the Year for 2021. And Delman Briggs, the Citizen of the Year for 2021. And on that note, our Distinguished Citizen banquet this year is actually this Friday. At, so Friday, May 19th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Ray Safe Banquet Hall. And we're excited to announce that this year, the Business of the Year for 2022 is Columbia Harvest Foods, for all their work that they've done for the school district, for district. Anytime the city has different things or the school has different things, they're always there to jump in and help. And Citizen of the Year is Carrie Holmes, for all her work that she's done with Umatilla Little. And you'll see that there was Trick or Treat, which is where I actually started coming into the picture. I started as director, was able to help out the team with that. And then in December, we had a Pictures with the Grinch, where we hosted that at 2 of our chamber members' businesses, for the idea of doing something a little bit fun in the season, but get more people to come into the businesses. That's been one thing that as I talked to different local businesses in the area is there's a lot of great businesses in Umatilla, but sometimes it's just getting the people through the door to see, like, oh, they have a great menu here. Like, oh, there's really interesting stuff to buy here. So getting people, and as you can see, there was about 16 people that showed up and 14, but still, I've heard that from different members of the public and such that they would like us to see more things like that where kids can come and get pictures with costume characters and such. But I think that'd be a good way to bring people into it. Well, sometimes it's when you're actually acting and you're not a grumpy person, then act is a grumpy person. There was some really smart kids that were putting me on the spot about the knowledge about the Grinch. I was like, wow, I didn't do enough research. On the spot. But as you can see, there was in 2022, by the end, so there were 42 members, which was a decrease from 2021 from the 55 members. Some of it with COVID, some of it from the previous issues that the chamber had. We're building back up. We do have our Facebook page, but then as director, I started an Instagram page, so you can follow on Instagram as well if you're not already at Umatilla Chamber. And so just building up and making connections again with the community, I just wanted to close out, since I didn't have it in my report, just a few upcoming events the chamber has. We started our quarterly business socials back in May, just as a meet and greet networking night for our members. And the next one is coming up Monday, June 5th, from 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. there at the chamber office. And this time, Joe Brunell, the president of Blue Mountain Networks, will be speaking there about what they're planning to do for upgrading some of the current cable is laid in the area and with more fiber to upgrade the speeds for internet. And then our job fair we're having a job fair on Wednesday, May 24th at the Umatilla High have 12 different partners who are confirmed. There's still about 3 more that I'm still going back and forth with. They haven't given me the final company. We'll see. But thank you very much for your time and all the things for the future.
All right, our second item on the City Manager's report tonight is our Public Works semi-annual report.
Free's not here, so I don't have to call Really, the reason I left is there was some stuff that's really lacking in a lot of pictures that I kind of just didn't get printed, and so anyway, I just want to kind of apologize for that. But there's a picture of the Motley crew, and they're doing a fabulous job. There's a lot going on there. And then 10 members of DOC, usually twice a week, so we have stuff that we just don't have time to get to. Anyway, I just wanted to remind everybody our superintendent's Leon Shield. So I said probably, I would say probably 60-75% supporting projects that may be water treatment facility, wastewater, all the different things that go on. And then the rest of my time is really spent with them. That's kind of so Leon really is go through the list. His list is very long. So Leon does a great job. I just really wanted to put all the light on the crew. They're really the ones that get I just spend like a lot of jobs for them to do. They just knock it out. Don't hear much about it, but they're doing a great job. So waste on my pictures there, they didn't have it show up on somebody do it after, but anyway. Wastewater, we've got Matt, Brian, and Casey down there pretty much full time. On the golf course, we've got no way down there. Darren for seasonal bag, and Nico, and parts maintenance, we've got Derek, Chris, Tony, Rollo, Trevor, and Eliza seasonal back for us, and really the parts guys are. It's obvious that we made a strong effort. We're pretty green, you know, a lot of fertilizer going on, and a lot of we'll see a lot more upgrades that fall. Past the budget will be happening after the first of July. So you'll see a lot of landscaping. Also reports that had a couple of contractors that are town vision projects in Hermiston. One guy just happened to stop by just to say hi and had a visit with the project. The difference. Things are getting a little thinner on the west side, so we'll start some more contact. Anyway, he was just amazed at how good things are. I'd probably use 1 or 2 phone calls. I get 10 or 20 of them. Really thankful for everything. So Water updates, the wells are, updates on telemetry, the SCADA system, being able to read. Keep an eye on it. Be one of the members that are on. It'll be a special day at my heart when we put it out the aquifer. I think it's the right partnership and the right stewardship and any costs to do it. Use the water that's accessible and not leave something. Anyway, just housing demand, obviously things are going in that wastewater treatment plant plan. Once we get that implemented with our new transportation safety plan, the brand works hard on got that our freshwater plan, then we can really come to that. $1 million a mile. Get the street gutters, curb sidewalks. Got a lot of stuff up there. Start putting in for safe routes to schools, safe routes to schools, and also there's a lot of money out there that we can start. We're gonna really start seeing some really cool good street, some of those. Anyway, parks, you guys haven't been over the weekend. Pretty nice facility, built 50 miles away. So, they want a couple other little things, so we're going to try to do this next year. Yeah, a lot going on. So, Project TAP on Lynn Road for housing situation. We've got a great plan handle, so we can start cleaning it up essentially. Should see that come together. Hopefully, yeah, like I said, Big River, most of that stuff is the festival that's going to happen out there. Golf course is great shape. So things are running good. Guys doing a fabulous job out there. Green is doing well. We've done some upgrades there. So that's the next big hurdle we'll get done. We're like everybody else, we're having trouble finding. So got a lot of job openings. So please make sure you pass the word out there. What we're going to do is be able to work on our outreach. I know Dave and I talked this next year's kind of our goal. Start working with the high school on trying to get some internship going. 2 hours after school and not everybody's wanting to go to college, not everybody wants to go to trade school, but we certainly would be willing to help train them in educational classes. And, if you want to just looking for a future, wastewater is the way to go. So that you don't have to have any problems for that. We can train everything. Anyway,
All the above.
Normally we like to do seasonal jobs. I don't like to hire somebody away from a full-time job for a seasonal job on this. They don't guarantee things, but we do have some full-time openings. So we'll have another afternoon. So yeah, we will have some like that. I do like hiring seasonal, good chance to see what they'll fit. You know, if the group, we do get some people that are experienced, and sometimes experience isn't always the best thing. Sometimes it's nice to get somebody in there fresh that's never really done much, and we can train them the way we want to. But we have a great crew. I couldn't ask for a better crew. Yeah, we go through people just like anybody else. People are always looking. The grass always seems a little greener. There's always another dollar down the road someplace. But all in all, the city treats our staff very well. And you guys do too. And I really do want to support her. Thank you for all your support. That's all I've got.
Yeah. I was just curious if any highway stripes within the.
It is. We kind of got a budget set up for after July, and so we have some stuff left. To be honest with you, there's so many projects going on. They're getting ready to do this project all that stuff. And so, but I think we have a deal worked out to strike. Didn't want to throw the cart before the horse on some of this stuff. Take baby steps. Ordered to get the patching done. Last year we needed a new crack sealer, so you guys were generous enough to get a crack sealer on last year. We used that to get all the crack sealer down there. Spring, summer.
Is the striping something that is better to farm out, or is that something that's?
No, we do have a striper, but there's kind of an art to it, and I'm really a visual person. I really like straight and none of this stuff. And so it's not that I don't trust in that, I just don't do it. So I hate to turn it on third straight. So, but really for the and all the projects. The flag is the biggest. And we do get a little wind around here. They've been known not to want to spray on.
I actually just as an example on Third Street. It was not too long after dark. It was dark, and the oncoming vehicle had no idea where the middle of the road was, because I ended up clearing the gravel off the road in order to pass it. So yeah, that's it.
They might not have known where the middle was either, even if there was a stripe, but
Well,
odds were better.
yeah, it was. They were capable right down the middle.
Yeah, we'll get some work done. Unfortunately, the streets have kind of, been an afterthought for a lot of years. So now we're starting to catch up to that stuff with the TSP done and all those things. Yeah, I think those make the biggest improvements that we made in the city. Stuff that you look at the 6th Street, which is completely different now. Anyone else? Okay, great. I know Chief and the rest of the crew are going to give me a hard time for taking up too much time. I'm trying to set another record.
Yeah, fine. Fine.
Yeah. You guys got anything you know where we should just call? We'll get there.
Nope.
Okay, so now 7.1 resolution 43. Oh, sorry, that's all sorry. Many of public comments.
I did have something short.
Yeah, I think he did.
5 minutes or less, that's the only.
Yes, this one is very short. Josiah Barron, again, turning to my address for 1 Stevens Avenue. And I just wanted to say quickly, just a couple points in regards to the discussion point we'll be having coming up about the city and city Umatilla Chambers contract agreement. Just wanted to say thank you to the city and council for Brandon's help with negotiating and figuring out a way to still continue to support the chamber with that additional $10,000 fund for special events, but finding ways to break that up and make it, use it in ways that are applicable to some of the changes that have happened with now the city having a whole staff parks and rec department and the city taking on charge of certain events in the chamber working in partnership with others. So the chamber very much appreciates still being able to have that support and funding. And thank you very much.
Okay, now we're at 7.1, resolution 43. Is anyone add to that? Go ahead and vote on that.
Yeah, if you have any questions, we can move it to first item of new business. Otherwise, we can just approve consent agenda. No.
Good job.
Okay, I'm gonna promote to approve this.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution CD 2023.
Thank you. Can I get a second to that motion? All in
Sorry,
favor?
just a moment. Point of clarification. Sorry, you're right. You read that was carryover from the discussion from before. It's 44-2023. If we can have an amendment to your motion.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 44, 2023.
Thank you. Any second to the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
For new business.
I didn't see it either.
The adoption of ordinance 868.
It's you, Jacob.
Carry on this. Steve, does anyone add this one?
This is just the annexation that we had, the second one down on Tucker Avenue. If there's any questions, feel free to ask.
All right, and then move on to the second public comment. Need a motion on that adoption. We approve this one?
Yeah, so this one's under business, so we can take a motion if you'd like.
Can I get a motion to approve this one?
Mr. Mayor, I would move to adoption of ordinance 868.
I need a second to that motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All those? Okay, move forward. Moving on to the second public comment and then comment.
Let's see.
Maybe back to the discussion items.
Did you just want to sign in, or did you want to have comment tonight? We're just signing in, or did you want to have comment tonight? Just signing it? Okay, thank you. No additional comment, Mayor. Thank you.
Moving on to 2.1.
So you have a draft of that, what we're hoping will be the final agreement between the city and the chamber. Really to kind of highlight some of the changes, there weren't a lot. There was several kind of grammar areas where we just went in and cleaned up some of the language as part of our normal review. Really the biggest changes were we went through and added due dates to everything. So there's no gray area on when quarterly reports are due, when we would expect to see the annual report, when the audit is due. So there's now firm dates on all those, so we have a way to accurately track if those are being met or not. Part of that is we also added in a retainage. So 5% of those quarterly installments would be held in retainage until the fourth quarter, assuming all of the reports and all the other kind of contractual obligations are met at that end of the year. That would be anticipated likely in March. They would probably bring their audit and their annual report. We could then move forward with that final approval. That retainage would be released with the last quarterly payment, but that does add us a little bit of a way to make sure that the obligations in the contract are being fulfilled. And if they don't, then it gives us a recourse to be able to address that. The other major change to Josiah's point was splitting up. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll go through, I mean, council decide if they met a contract agreement or is it they,
So that would be a council. So if staff would be the one who would be monitoring that. So if we felt in March, I think is, or maybe it's May is their last due date in there. If we were missing an item, we would certainly bring that to council's attention that, hey, we appear to be missing this, and we could certainly address it from that point. But that would be something we would bring certainly as a discussion item first. The other changes, again, was just to break it up between 3 different events, because it was previously a one sole $10,000 payment specifically for landing days. To that point, now that we have a Parks and Rec department and some of those responsibilities have shifted a little bit, we tried to kind of disperse where we were wanting help. So we've narrowed it down a little bit and kind of clarified what we're needing help with landing days. That is down to a $2,000 per event payment. So that would only be about $2,000 to the payment for landing days. Trick or treat on 6th is probably the largest one where we shifted a lot of the administrative work, if you will, over to the chamber. We all agreed that that probably has the most interaction with the businesses, especially right here on Main. So that was a good one for the chamber to take the lead on. It also simplifies things for most of the crew. I know Scott and Chief are not going to agree with me because we still have to do all the flagging and marshaling for closing 6th Street. But for the rest of us, it very much simplified the event because then Parks and Rec will just have to worry about decorating City Hall. We don't have to worry about managing the businesses and doing all the rest of the outreach and some of those notices. And then that was $3,000 per event. And then the biggest one was Rock the Locks. We're anticipating needing a lot of help, especially on future events. More specifically, we already have areas on the website where to stay, where to eat. We're hoping chamber members will be able to, show your wristband and get 10% off breakfast at these restaurants or these participating folks in those types of events. But that is how we've structured it. Other than that, there weren't really any other significant changes. Again, the retainage, splitting it up between the 3 events and then adding due dates were probably the most significant changes. But happy to answer any questions you have. I did discuss this with the chamber board 2 weeks ago, and they were mostly in agreement. So we're hoping we can bring this back for adoption by both boards next month.
So this contract will be for since July.
So it starts July 1 of this year.
And then when would it end?
I think it's a 3-year contract, so
June 30th of 26.
So I know from initially when we were looking at this a few years ago, it was really continuing to help the chamber get back on their feet and continue to grow into being more sustainable. Was there conversations about kind of reevaluating in 3 years and seeing and how they are doing with the funding and things like that, or is it kind of like this is what we're just going to keep doing on a 3-year basis and maybe tweak?
It was a little bit of both. Council, I believe, made it quite clear that we wanted to continue supporting the chamber at the level that we had. So we looked at the kind of what we had been contributing separate from that. I think the chambers, or at least putting on just my city hat, I think that the chamber was okay operating on that kind of known budget amount on a yearly basis. I know just putting on my chamber hat for a moment, we have also had several discussions on other ways to generate revenue through memberships or classes or events or other ways. So a little bit of a 2-part answer there.
Okay, perfect.
I think part of it too, when the contract that we're in now was prior to a worldwide pandemic. And the idea was, you're absolutely correct, that during that 3-year period of time was to create sustainability and to continue to support the chamber, to grow membership and to be a little bit more self-sustaining moving on. And then, COVID hit, and obviously everyone's trying to recover and come out of that. And not only were they, like the rest of us, sort of fell victim to those circumstances, but also just general turnover that came from that as well. And so I think this is a good opportunity we've clarified some of the expectations and deliverables and given them, date, time, and that sort of thing. So there's some of that ambiguity, or a lot of that ambiguity is gone. And really the last 3 years, everybody was sort of in keep the lights on mode, and they definitely help local businesses and us in partnership achieve those goals. And so this is now kind of getting back to what we were originally envisioning back in 2019 and 20, and kind of getting to that idea. And so I think that will be with these annual reports and check-in. I think that'll be an opportunity for this partnership to continue to evaluate and see if what we're looking at for what the next iteration might be. But that certainly gives us that 3 years to take that time to evaluate, refine, and kind of move on, move forward.
So I have a quick question. So if there's, for example, if we sign up to the plan, formal after the 2024, we're not doing, how do we make sure that the chamber is not on the hook for something that we decide no longer exists? Are we gonna say that we avoid that section of contract with council, or is there somewhere in that, in legal terms saying that there's an off ramp where we can avoid the terms of certain?
Yeah, so the agreement allows for amendments. And so here we have obviously the special event coordination. We have what the city has committed to. In the case of which, for example, we canceled either landing days or rock the locks. If we cancel an event in which they're helping us that has a dollar amount associated with it, my estimate is it would necessitate a contract amendment because something has changed. And we would figure that out collectively, what that would look like. At the moment, the direction that we understand from council is that we're committing to these dollar amounts and these funds to the chamber so that they have essentially guaranteed income so they can help create that sustainability as they continue to build. And so my hunch would be that as we got to that point is that we would reappropriate those funds would stay the same, reappropriate those services to somewhere else that we feel is a priority is my guess.
Just to add on to that, one of the items in the special event gives us the option to do a one-time allocation on the city's approval for other events that are not listed in the contract. So if we had a $3,000 or $2,000 that was earmarked for landing days and that was canceled for whatever reason, we could certainly work with the chamber to identify another event to kind of make up that gap that would be a similar price. But that would be at council's discretion.
Any other questions at this time?
So with that, we'll prepare a resolution and bring this to you for action at your June council meeting and take it to the chamber board about that same time.
I believe they're the third Wednesday, but yeah, it'll both get adopted next month and then.
No.
Okay, moving on to the mayor's message. Pretty short and sweet this week. Scott, wonderful job. Thank you for your report. I appreciate it. Thank you to Brandon and the sign up for your guys' work. I worked on a contract. Beautiful hard work outside of you. Thanks to Nancy. Hopefully she have a good time. Hard work, sounds like, so. That's all I have for you. So go ahead, we'll start with.
Well, thank you all, guys all for coming out today. So great. So we appreciate you guys being here and taking interest in what's going on in the city. Thank you, Josiah, for coming and bringing your report to us. It's pretty short and sweet, simple tonight. Short meeting, so thank you again. Also, I love seeing the vision. And Scott, thank you for the large font on your. I also the chamber Instagram, I found that as well. So looking forward to all of that. I was just thinking this week we kept our little booklet for the spring's activities, or I guess that was winters. Are we gonna have an updated one soon since it's getting to the end of May?
Yeah, so I met with Chris earlier today. The summer rec guide will be coming out here the first week of June. So the hope is to hopefully get that into the school so they can take it kind of on their way home for summer break. Admittedly, so it is a little bit. There are fewer programs this summer than we've had last summer. But that's because we've been putting a lot of energy into what we're wrapping up now with landing days and a new event and with Rock the Locks in the fall, and just recognizing what our bandwidth is being. Even though we're adding staff, they won't be fully onboarded until really August or September. So we had to find the pinch point spot, and the summer was one. So there's still plenty going on. It's still a really nice and robust summer program. It's just a few programs less than what we've had in the past. Waterpalooza will still be there. That's a big popular event. And so anyway, we got some good fun.
I stayed always in there. Nice to see some new faces out here too, so thank you guys for showing up, and thanks for the people who normally come. Appreciate you guys showing up too. And I just want to say thanks to everybody in the city for all your hard work, and look forward to seeing the city turn into a little hidden gem that it is, you know. So appreciate all your guys' work. Thank you.
Dittos all around. We'll cover those. I just want to say that, in addition, it's about that time to start knocking down weeds and things. If you've got property that are bordering those open lands that, fire season will be on soon, and I mean, with this hot weather coming in, that stuff's gonna dry down quick, and take those opportunities and get them to knock that stuff down and protect the property and others around you as well.
I touched base with code enforcement. Their pieces were hitting people with letters and door knockers, and visiting with people and sending out letters on people that can take care of that brush problem for people. So we've got some calls up at the new subdivision, and they were pretty, the developers been pretty quick to respond to do that stuff up there too. So if you guys hear anything like that, let me know. We'll, Peace and I usually team up on that stuff, make sure it gets taken care of.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to.
Mr. Mayor, I would move to adjourn tonight's city council meeting.
Motion, I get second that motion.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.